So here, welcome back to a new stream. If you haven't seen the last one, go and check it out. So I'm thinking either. Wait, have we done all the? Okay, yeah, we've done the current flashback tapes. I thought so. I think we've backtracked as we did. So, yeah, run it by you. Crazy, right? Alright. Oh, who loves this level? Who just loves this level? With those evil crates. Right? Those evil crates behind the stairs. Oh boy. Those evil crates behind the stairs, though. Those are just some... You just gotta love those crates, right? Like, it's just crazy, ain't it? Who just loves those crates? Those hidden crates like that. It's evil, ain't it? I mean, y'all have to agree, right? Y'all just gotta agree with me. How evil those crates are. And what do y'all still think about that Crest Team Rumble release date? Like, that's the big thing I want to talk about. Alright. Again. Oh, again, y'all probably guessed it from the title, of course. But, you know. Is that release date true? ETG did make a good point, saying, of course, the game has been in development since... or 2 years ago. Well, technically 3 now. Technically it would be 3 now. Since we're now in... Yeah, since we're in 2023 now. It's been 3 years since Crash 4. It's gonna be 3 years since Crash 4 released. So yeah, it'll be 3. But still, it's been in development. Because again, of what we think, of what we know, Crash Team Rumble was first being made, or first in development, in the same time of Crash 4. Right? Crash Team Rumble and Crash 4 shared the exact same schedule. Again, that's all we can assume. That's what we can only assume, really. Right, only what I can assume. Again, maybe it's just me. Maybe it is just me that thinks that. I don't know. What do y'all think? Do y'all think I'm going crazy? Or do y'all believe, or do y'all think so as well? Because again, he did make a good point. He did make a good point. He did make an excellent point. So that release date does have potential of being real, right? I'm just saying other people talk about it, like the Kingdom Wayfinder. And of course Canadian Guy 8 made a post about it. Right, did make a post about it. So, would it seem a little far-fetched if you think about it? Right, don't you think it would seem probably a little far-fetched? But at the same time, it probably wouldn't. Right, just thinking about it. But again, just think for a moment. Right, think for a moment. Think for a moment about it. About that release date of April 4th. I mean, again, if it is the real release date, I mean, again, it could be, it could not. We don't know exactly. We don't know specifically if it is going to be the actual release date. All we know is, of course, 2023, which, again, same thing happened with the Insane Trilogy. When it was first revealed in 2016, all we got was 2017. Yeah, all we had was 2017 as the release date. And it wasn't until February of 2017 when we got the release date. Yeah, it wasn't until February of 2017 when we got the release date of June 30th of 2017. So, maybe next month? Again, that's just going by, though. Going by from the past. Just looking at the past times, or especially the Insane Trilogy, really the only time that it happened with, like, Crasher Spyro, for example, right, was, of course, the Insane Trilogy. That didn't have a release date hooked to it. Unlike the Reignite, well, we don't, not necessarily the Reignite Trilogy, because again, the reveal trailer, of course, when it was still set for September, even though it was delayed to November. But again, that's beside the point. When it came to Crash, we had, of course, not counting the Insane Trilogy, but, you know, Nitro Fueled, that was June 21st of 2019. Crash 4, that was, of course, October 1st/2nd. Again, most people, it was October 1st, like me. Most people got it a day early, like me. That's why I say October 1st. Because it technically did release on the 1st of October of 2020. But again, worldwide, like everybody, not getting it early or anything, was able to get it, of course, on the 2nd. Again, so that's why I say October 1st through the /2nd of 2020 of Crash 4.
is it? Oh, goodness. I ought to know. Crush! Coco! Come on, give old Capuna a kiss, eh? Don't look at me like I broke wind at a wedding. Time! I see everything! And I mean everything. There's some very unexpected developments in your future. Your very near future. Shocking events that will change the course of your life. Yeah, just gonna stop you there before you tell us how we all die. Well, if you'd rather not know about the giant mask-eating monster from beyond the stars, that is your choice. Right then. Need a hand.
But like I said, let's just say, just say that it's probably going, if we do get a release date soon, which I'm sure it probably won't be long until we get a release date from Toys for Bob and Activision. I'm sure if they're going to do like the Insane Trilogy, which I highly doubt they're going to copy the Insane Trilogies, the whole formula of the Insane Trilogy when it came to the release date, releasing the game without or revealing the game without a release date. 2 months after the reveal the release date. So,
here we go again.
And again, remember, all Crash games, the current Crash games did not come out in summer, like Nitro Fueled or the Insane Trilogy. Crash 4, for example. Crash 4 released in fall, the fall time of 2020. So it could be either summer or fall that Crash Team Rumble releases of this year. They remember that too. And of course, if you want to count the mobile Crash on the Run that released in spring of 2021.
It looks like that's the birthday alarm.
Happy birthday, subject! I'm trying to... There. I was trying to break that crate. That bouncy crate while jumping on it.
I withheld Embryo's bathroom privileges until he got the recipe right.
Master, please! Now that is definitely abuse for sure that Cortex is doing. Embryo's probably gonna end up like Grandpa Simpson, Abe Simpson, where his bladder exploded, or his bladder / kidneys exploded because he was having to hold it in when he needed to use the restroom. When he needed to pee, and when Homer was saying that you needed to hold it, or just hold it, when of course he didn't, or he couldn't. I feel like that would probably happen to Brio. And you never know, right? The same kind of thing could have happened to Brio.
Outstanding!
Maybe Brio just uses the restroom while Cortex ain't looking. While his master ain't looking. Which that kind of makes me kind of curious and kind of creeped out to know if Cortex has cameras installed everywhere. Even in the bathrooms and... Which I sure hope not. I sure hope Cortex does not have, I sure hope Cortex does not have cameras installed in the restroom in his castle. I mean, hey, it's Cortex we're talking about, right? It's Cortex we're talking about. Cortex would do pretty much anything. Yeah, Cortex could pretty much do any of that. So, he could do anything. Cortex could do anything. Even uncomfortable territory, like I mentioned with the cameras installed everywhere. That, who knows, maybe he does. Again, it's just a guess, but you never know with Cortex.
That's more like it. Now, which way's me done?
Yeah, I don't, here's something that I don't get when it comes to The Simpsons, is that it seems like my family does sometimes have a problem with me watching The Simpsons. I mean, I am 19, and it is more teen adult cartoon, right? I mean, and this is something that is true. There is lots of other cartoons that could be worse to watch, right? There are other worse things to watch. I mean, I'm not saying The Simpsons is bad. I like The Simpsons. But, like I said, there could be worse that you could watch. There could be worse. Let's just say. There are other bad-looking cartoons and stuff that you could think of, that you could watch compared to the others. I mean, I really can't name any. I can't really name the specific shows, but y'all would probably think of it in your head. Think of it in your head of what shows exactly. And again, The Simpsons is more for teen adults, teenager adults. It's more aimed for that, so not aimed for children. And again, I am in my early coming in adult years. I'm slowly making my way into the adult life, because I am 19. And of course, before you know it, I would be in the full-on adult life. I don't know why, that was my bad. That was my bad of doing that nitro. I don't know why I sucked that nitro. Yeah, I don't know why I sucked that nitro. That was definitely my bad. And of course, I'm not saying The Simpsons is the best cartoon ever. Obviously, it's not. SpongeBob will never beat any other cartoons of my favorites, but The Simpsons is up there of my favorites. But nothing will beat SpongeBob. Nothing will beat SpongeBob for me. But still,
Which way's we done?
I love The Simpsons, just not, of course, as much as SpongeBob, of course. Because again, nothing will beat SpongeBob or the Family Odd. Well, the good times of the Family Odd Parents before the new characters got introduced, and when before the show went downhill with Chloe especially. Sparky I didn't mind. Poof I loved. Poof was a really adorable introduction. Pof is adorable. You gotta love Pof. But when it came to Chloe, yeah, I just knew when Chloe was introduced of how annoying and aggravating she is. Well, at least annoying. I just knew that the Family Odd Parents was dead. And it was kind of good to, when it was announced to be cancelled, the Family Odd Parents first got announced that it was getting cancelled, I was actually kind of happy that it was getting cancelled, because, again, the show wasn't good anymore. When it came to especially Chloe. And again, we don't normally have, or most of those newer with the Chloe, or with Chloe, you don't normally get a whole lot of Timmy, but with, of course, his fairy godparents, right? His fairy godparents. So, that's another thing that the whole Family Odd Parents ruined. And again, why I'll never watch that No Family Odd Parents show, whatever it's called. I don't care so much about to remember the name. I don't care so much about that No Family Odd Parents to remember the name. To not remember the name of it. Because it just looks boring. That no live action looking Family Odd Parents with those no kids just looks boring to me. Again, just me. It's just, it doesn't bait the classic. It doesn't bait the good old times of the Family Odd Parents. And again, when it comes to cartoons and movies, one thing that you can get me angry of not liking the movie or so is when it introduces new characters or that the characters are too mean-spirited. And The Simpsons is no exception. I don't count The Simpsons part of that. Yeah, you do say, of course, Homer. Of course, what we always say Homer did with Bart, but I don't count that mean-spirited. I mean, again, it's always funny when that happens. It's always funny when Homer does with his hands and to Bart, right? It makes it funny and not mean-spirited. So, The Simpsons I don't count in that category. The Simpsons I don't count in that mean-spirited category, unlike Coco, which, again, I don't like Coco. I don't like thinking about that movie Coco, that Disney movie Coco. I don't like thinking about, because that's one of my worst Pixar Disney movies that I've probably seen. Well, yeah, that I've seen, of course. One of the worst ones. And I do understand if y'all do like the movie, it's just, I don't like it. Too mean-spirited. Again, when it comes to things being too mean-spirited and stuff, again, The Loud House was definitely a assassin. The reason I stopped watching The Loud House is the mom and dad characters were acting too stupid and being too mean-spirited to the kids. And again, it's like if the kids were just breeding, let's just say, and they would get angry at the kids. Like, is it just me, or not the early seasons of the Loud House, but in the newer seasons, or before I stopped watching the show and stopped caring about it and just knew that it was dead? I just thought, yeah, the parents, the mom, I don't know, we were right at the end of the level, and we had to miss a crate. At that, it could have been anywhere, right? I'll go back to that subject in a second, but we could have just, of all the crates I probably could have missed, it had to be that one at the end of the level. I mean, I thought getting all crates and just missing one was bad enough, because missing one crate, getting all the crates except one to find out that you missed one is also just so painful. One of the most painful things you could ever imagine, especially when it comes to, especially if you're doing it in Cross 4 and you're doing a level where you haven't got the perfect relic yet, the insanely perfect relic yet, and you haven't died, and you made it to the end of the level by collecting everything, and guess what? You missed a crate. Just how painful that is.
That's more like it.
But yeah,
Which way's me done?
again, the Loud House, Rita and Len Senior just seemed like they just got dumbed down. Like, their characters just got dumber and dumber. I don't know why. It's just like they were just gotten dumber and dumber throughout the season. Alright, throughout the series, I should say. Again, that's just my saying. It doesn't, I don't really matter if y'all do still watch the Loud House. Again, that's just y'all. If y'all do enjoy the Loud House how it is, then yeah, I'm happy for y'all. But again, it's just, once it had my attention, but the Loud House just went straight downhill. Like, badly. If it wasn't too mean-spirited, and if the parents weren't all dumbed down, like, probably Patrick's stupidity. Like, some of Patrick's moments where he's aware of his stupidity. You know, I guess you could say the obsessions like the card, where he confirms, or people say that he confirms he's aware of his stupidity. Which, yeah, Patrick he is stupid, but again, I do believe people over-exaggerate when it comes to Patrick confirming that in the card episode that he's aware of his stupidity. And he's doing all the things that we see him do, all the stupid things he does in the series on purpose. Doing it on purpose. I highly doubt that. And again, I do believe people do people do over-exaggerate. We do live in a society where people just over-exaggerate of everything. So, yeah, I just feel like that's a good obsession right there.
Stagnant water. Smells like home.
I almost kind of did it again. Just thinking about it, I almost did it again. With the whole nitro thing. I about did the whole nitro thing again. And again, going back to the whole exaggerating, people being over-dramatic, that's of course the whole reason why Midlife Crustacean was banned, if you think about it. And again, with the whole penny raid, people over-exaggerating over one joke, or one little scene that had nothing to do with the episode and was not offensive. And of course, like I said, just knowing of how people are when it comes to the society of the world that we live in, of how people can be over dramatic and again, just complain about any, let's just say if a penguin starts taking a bath, people would probably start complaining about it. Or let's just say a zebra playing baseball, or being an artist. People may start complaining about it. Probably some good examples there. Right, those are some good examples I could probably pen down. Don't miss that. Thank you. Alright. We're good this time. We're good. We're good. No way out. Yeah, and again, people are saying that the April 4th release date seems very unlikely. I mean, it could be possible, but again, no game really comes, at least when it comes to Crash, has ever released, well, not counting Crash on the Run, that released in March of 2021, but again, console, talking about console Crash games, they always released in June, or again, somewhere in the summer, from June to when summer ends to fall in October, November. Right. That's what they're always known. That's what they're always known. Man, that thing goes high. I actually did not expect that it could actually go very high like that. Really. But again, I kind of don't believe the April 4th release date. I mean, take it as y'all will. Take it as y'all will. Of the whole April 4th release date that was supposedly for Crash on the Run. I mean, not Crash on the Run. Crash Team Rumble. Take it as y'all will, but I don't believe that's the release date. I don't believe that's the release date. people are saying it's a placeholder, and I do believe it's a placeholder. I don't think that's the actual release date, but just a placeholder. They just put it as April 4th. Or, again, just a typo, right? It could be an error. A typo, an error. But again, Crash Games, and when it comes to Activision in general, always come out in summer, right? Normally summer/fall. Activision games always come out in summer and fall. And again, Crash, when it came to the console versions, the console games, Nitro Fuel, Crash Insane, and Crash 4 came out in summer and fall. And do remember as well the whole Activision and Microsoft deal that is happening in summer. You know, Microsoft owning the rights to some of Activision's IPs. You know, the whole deal that was confirmed, I think, wasn't it last year? But y'all know, that deal that Activision and Microsoft are making. So, Microsoft will have the rights to, of course, most of Activision's IPs, like Crash, Spyro, Tony Hawk, you name it. And of course, the developers as well. We'll have the developers, Toys for Bob, Baynox, for example. So, I mean, like I said, y'all can believe the April 4th release date, but I'm just gonna tell y'all that it is most likely just a placeholder. I don't see it being as the release date until we get official confirmation from Activision and Toys for Bob. Then, yeah, all we can just say is obviously 2023. The still 2023 release date that we only got right now. Because again, we're still in June. I mean, we are closing in to the end of June. But still, at least a month or so to wait until the release date that gets announced. So again, that whole April 4th one is probably just a scam. Until we see official confirmation, official leak from Activision themselves and Toys for Bob themselves, then, yeah, any leak information regarding release dates for Crash Team Rumble that come out that are not from, of course, any valuable source like Canadian Guy A, like even if it's from Canadian Guy A, then yeah, if he reveals the release date, then yeah, we know for sure that they confirmed the release date, because when it comes, and of course me, because normally when it comes to information, when I first hear about it, it's Canadian Guy A, for example, or Destination Mark. Those are two of the ones that I always find out when it comes to the information. And, or the Kingdom Wayfinder, like I mentioned before. Again, when it comes to the Crash and Spyro news. So yeah, either until Canadian Guy A, Destination Mark, or, you know, any influencers. Oh, dang. I did not. That, again, yeah. That was on purpose. or, well, the missing the crate was not intended, but y'all know what I mean. But until we see official confirmation from Kananga A, for example, or Toys for Bob, or an Activision blog that they post, then yeah, we just have to just wait until they reveal the official confirmation of the release date. Just gotta wait for official confirmation from, you know, real trusted influencers like me and Canadian Guy A, and again, ones that are related to Activision. I mean, I never, well, y'all know exactly. Again, I normally get the information from the people that are revolved, or always been to Activision, of course. So, again, obviously, I'm in that group of the trusted influencers, because I always give out the official confirmation and stuff. I always give out official confirmations and stuff. And of course, I always let y'all know, too, when official information comes out. I always let y'all know.
Please, I just don't want to swing
Who gets off the floor anymore? Wow, that was that was not good there. And of course, people not like me or Kananga A, since we always make sure to give the actual proof and information. But again, there would be people that would be non-trusting like, because you know, there are going to be people that give out fake information. Obviously, I give y'all the true information and stuff. I mean, I do talk about leaks and stuff, but again, leaks are always not right. Leaks are always meant to be taken with a grain of salt until they are officially leaked. When it comes to insiders, data miners, when it comes to insiders or data miners, they have to be taken with a grain of salt. But if leaks come out from the official company, official developers, then yeah, it's confirmed by them. The only leaks that are real, are when they are revealed from the devs / company, aka Activision themselves, for example. And of course, me, Kananga A, and all the other news and information givers, influencers that give out the information, are always on the eye. And always on the lookout for looking and trying to find solid clues and talk about the official leaks that come out. Wow. And again, like I mentioned before, I'm always making sure if when it comes to links that y'all send me, like ETG, like links to different things, I'm having to make sure if they're real and ask if they're solid information, like absolutely seems legit and worth talking about. Because again, when it comes to leaks, they have to be worth talking about as well. They can't be any types of leak that gets let out. They have to be solid, right? Solid, worth talking about leaks. Again, I'm not saying and people are not liars or people are liars or anything. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying right. I mean, it's always good when y'all find this stuff for me. I just always have to make sure that that is legit and seems real, right? That seems real. Again, I always have to make sure that y'all are accidentally sending me things that are any leaks that turn out to be false. Y'all know what I'm saying? At least I had 2 Aku-Akus with me. I mean, that necessarily wasn't supposed to happen. That wasn't supposed to happen of how I would have gotten past there. Wasting my 2 Akus. I mean, Aku is for protection, so obviously I guess I made good use of those. Even though that's not exactly where I wanted to use them. Right, to lose my Aku-Akus. But hey, it would do. Right? It would do. It would have to do. Whenever we always do bears repeating, you know what it always reminds me of? It reminds me back when, of course, the game first released. When the game first came out and when Polar was absolutely broken. Remember those struggling times? Remember those struggling, painful times where you see a lot of people rage of the polar mechanics of the certain crates that it'll break? You know, like those 4 crates. Those 2 crates on each side stacked on each other. And before he was fixed, remember, you would try to hit those crates together, and only one side would be broke and the other ones won't, even though you're aiming at all 4. Remember how painful that was, especially when it came to the perfect relic? Thankfully, we do not have to worry about that now. Yeah, thankfully, that problem is no more. Thankfully, Toys for Bob did fix that problem. Because it was definitely a huge problem when it came to 106%. Right, getting the full percentage. That was one of the worst nightmares. Probably one of the, I guess, not counting the Cortex Castle either, but one of the last perfect relics that people may have tried to get before getting 106%. Right, the full percentage of 106. Or, of course, getting the 100% ending. And who loves this, though? Another thing we all have to love about this level is the yellow gem path. And not just the gem path itself, but the reference of the yellow gem path. How it's a reference to the first Crash game's most infamous level, the high road. Remember the high road, one of the most infamous levels of Crash 1. Because again, this is pretty much the high road in a nutshell, right? And Toys for Bob exactly knew what they were doing when it came to the yellow gem path on here. Like, they were probably thinking, hey, why not take one of the most hated, infamous levels of the first Crash game and use it as a little callback of the high road? Because again, be honest with me. Be honest with me when I say this. Every Crash fan, every Crash player always hates the high road. You'll have to agree with me. Every Crash fan, when it comes to one of the worst levels of, let's just say the first Crash game, for example, what comes to your mind? Again, a lot of y'all would probably say Stormy Ascent and the Insane Trilogy. Some of y'all may be saying Slippery Climb or Sunset Vista. Or, you know, any of the other ones. But when it comes to, of course, what's Road to Nowhere is not painful. Yes, it's still a bridge level, but the high road is much more painful compared to the Road to Nowhere. Compared to Road to Nowhere, the high road is much more painful and dreading. So, and again, it's definitely up there with my most hated levels of the Crash series. The series in general, not just the trilogy, Crash 1 through 4. It's about time, right? Not just the trilogy of 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's about time, but the whole series in general. Of the high road of up there of the most infamous levels that I can just say. Not just to me, but probably in the whole fan base too. Right, the whole fan base, the whole Crash Bandicoot community. And Bears Repeating was probably up there when Polar's mechanics were still broken. You never know. people may have put this level up there of the most infamous levels of the Crash series just due to the whole polar mechanics when they were broken before Toys for Bob fixed them. Which I wouldn't blame people that put this level up there with the most infamous levels. I wouldn't blame them.
I'm having fun. Can you tell?
But thankfully, it's not as painful anymore, because, again, the mechanics are fixed. Right? The mechanics are fixed. So, thankfully, we had nothing else to worry about when it came to Polar's broken mechanics. Oh yeah, the Cortex Vortex pre-check. Just who loves this one?
Experiment wrong.
Bandicoot subject final trial.
Seems like only
Yesterday, subject was nibbling Wumpa scraps out of my head. I don't know why I just did that. Yep, I messed up. Dang, I messed up. Badly.
Found it all.
That was totally my bad. There you go. Much better.
I got your little graduation present, subject.
A name! Crashworth Cortex the First. Well, Crash for short.
For sure.
Thankfully, he just stuck with Crash, because Crashworth Cortex the First, that is a mouthful. Right, that is definitely a mouthful. So thankfully, he just stuck with just Crash for short.
Excellent work,
Crash. It's time for your promotion. Coco.
Begin experiment log.
Code name
Subject.
Coco.
Code name Coco. That rapscallion brother of yours has escaped. You wouldn't be all alone. Crash is the real villain here.
I do like how these bouncy crates just... It's like they're bouncing at the exact same time, right? Like all of them are bouncing all together at the same time. Building bridges.
Ooh, must have left my jacket in the Bermuda Quadrangle.
Oh boy, here we go. And of course, people didn't like building bridges either. Maybe probably still don't like building bridges. But especially when it came to Polar's section again. Or having to do his section again. That, of course, people didn't like. When his mechanics were still broken. Okay, that was... don't know what. How that happened.
Ooh, must have left my
Let's try this
jacket in
again.
the Bermuda
Alright, let's
Quadrangle.
try this again. I always kind of wonder why I don't just do this. Do it like that. Right? I kind of just wonder myself, like, why do I not do it like that? It's easier. Right, it makes it so much easier. But I don't do it like that.
Please let the next world be a beach world. Sunshine and sand, drinks with mini umbrellas.
Again, the number one thing that will, of Crash 4, that will always make me laugh, the one thing in Crash 4 that will always make me laugh, is when that Toys for Bob, or when Toys for Bob confirmed on, of course, Canadian Guy's interview that he did before, talking about the development and how they were worried, Toys for Bob were worried before releasing Crash 4, they were worried that they made the game too easy. Yeah, they actually were worried that they made Crash 4 too easy. Before they released Crash 4, because it was about time for or it was almost time for them to release it,
Must have left my jacket
for the
in
game to
Bermuda
launch.
quadrangle.
It was close to launch, the release of the game, and Toys for Bob were worried that they made the game too easy. I mean, do y'all think Crash 4 It's About Time is easy? Do y'all think it's easy? I don't find it as hard as I used to. I could just say. I mean, that's not a bad thing, but like I said, it's not as hard as when I was first playing the game.
Please let the next world be a beach world. Sunshine and sand, drinks with mini umbrellas.
Really? Man, I am having a time here. I'm just having a serious time here.
Must have left my jacket
Yeah, again. I mean, I was saying that maybe people still have a hard time with building bridges, but I didn't mean it literally. I was trying to make it as a compliment. Not meaning it like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have trouble with building bridges when I don't normally. I was trying to make it as a compliment, but I guess it didn't work like that.
Please let the next world be a beach world. Sunshine and sand, drinks with mini umbrellas.
There you go. But of course, that was just Tana's section. Alright, Polar time. Come here, Polar.
About that. I'm having fun. Can you tell?
There you go. Cortex. I love the Force times a charm. And of course the Crash Bandicoot. It's about time.
Crash Bandicoot. It's about time.
Get it?
This is going to be
I just
like
again,
the
Lex
old
Lane
days.
is just the best
Except
Cortex,
this
especially with the
time,
4 fall breaks.
Everything will go according to my plan.
With the It's About Time, and also the Feel the Wrath of Cortex, and also the well, the past few years have kind of been slow. Wrath of Cortex didn't do as well as we hoped. Come now, as we explore a new dimension. There's still been 2 dimensions, but we ran out of time. The block!
Ow! Mark 2 is hunting
you, not me.
Let's try
It is.
one.
I have seen people actually bait this Cortex fight without using Akunawa or Kapunawa, however you want to just pronounce her name.
Alright, have it your way.
It is possible, it's just tricky. And of course without dying. Right, doing it without dying either.
Do you like it?
Without using Kapunawa
That bandicoot
and without dying. And it is possible, but it's definitely tricky, or it can be tricky.
Well, if you won't play
Fair, then neither will I. Did I do that?
Kill the bandicoot, crush the bandicoot, smash in its head.
I wonder what happens if I hit all the buttons at once. Feel the wrath of Cortex.
Not again. Blasted bandicoots! Must we keep going around and around like this? Tell me, Crash, is this all there is? forever.
I just love that. That expression Cross gives.
Gloat all you want. I quit. If you need me, I'll be on a tropical island somewhere. Alone.
Unfortunate. You see, I no longer have need for our alliance. I found a new partner and a new plan.
You were scheming behind my back?
Of course. The Rift Generator has capabilities beyond your eager imagination. You are content to simply rule over space and time, but I'd rather start from scratch. Erase it all. Wipe the slate clean. I'm going to reset the timeline and rebuild it to
See, this is why Entropy's the real villain of the Crash franchise. Why this is the best Entropy.
Wiped from existence by that pompous peacock? I'd like to see him try after I shove that tuning fork up his...
But not if we get to him first.
It appears we have a common enemy. Perhaps there's a way out of our endless cycle after all. Huh? Okay.
Can y'all agree, though, with me? Of how Entropy just seems like one of the... It's just, especially Crash 4's Entropy. This Entropy here just shows of how amazing Entropy is. How evil Entropy is. Blast to the past. And again, Entropy is one of my all-time favorite villains of the Crash franchise. Entropy is definitely one of my favorite. Is up there of my favorites. Of course, along with Cortex and Uka Uka. I mean, if you do think about it, this isn't the first time that Cortex has felt the betrayal, right? I mean, his own niece, his own daughter, niece, as Cortex would say, betrayed him in Crest of the Titans, right? Nina betrayed him in Crest of the Titans. Cortex betrayed Uka Uka in Crash Minor for Mutant, because, of course, even of how successful Cortex was, that even shocked Uka Uka when he said, of course, saying that that little weasel of a scientist actually had a good idea for a change. Yeah, even, of course, that is obviously one of Cortex's best plans in Mind Over Mutant, obviously. Probably one of Cortex's best evil plans that he's done when it comes to just looking back at all the evil things he tried to, or he planned. The Invays were definitely... And betraying Uka Uka like that was definitely one of Cortex's most evil plans. That, of course, like I said, even Uka Uka was impressed. Impressingly shocked, of course, because even he was shocked that his plan was actually successful for once. And it was an actual good idea that actually succeeded. Was actually succeeding. So, to see Uka Uka be impressed with Cortex is rare, right? Having Uka Uka impressed with Cortex is definitely a rare occasion. But again, Entropy betraying Cortex ain't the first, right? Ain't the first time, right? Of how I was saying. It's not the first time that Cortex has had a betrayal before. Or was going through his betrayal. Right? Going through a betrayal. And of course, who knows? Uka Uka may betray Cortex in Cross 5, right? In Crash Bandicoot 5. When it comes to Cross 5, because all we, of course, can know, or Uka Uka may be the main antagonist of Cross 5, because again, from the 106% ending, the true ending of Cross 4, we see, of course, Uka Uka at the end of the universe, where Cortex is, when he's relaxing. So, I do see Cortex being betrayed by Uka Uka somewhere throughout Crash 5. It's highly possible. And again, it is definitely the time now that we can talk more about Crash 5. Because again, with Crash 4 being this year going to be 3 years old, this year Crash 4 is going to be 3 years old. It will be 3 years since Crash 4 came out. Once is October. It will be 3 years since it first released.
Tell me about your quality.
Again, 3 to 5 years after the release is when we can definitely start talking about the next main installment. And again, when it comes to Crash 5, it's definitely at that point where we can start talking about Crash 5, right? Even though Crash Team Rumble hasn't released yet, we can still, again, talk about Crash 5 and ideas, or potential plot ideas, right? Potential plot ideas of what could happen in Crash 5. Of course, going by the teaser trailer, the teaser in Crash 4, right? The teaser in Crash 4 with Uka Uka returning, right? Returning to Cortex at the 106, the true ending, right? The true ending. The 106% ending. The secret ending / Crash 5 teaser. And again, people do say that Crash 4 didn't succeed, but it did. Crash 4 did turn out to succeed. So, yeah, Crash 5 is definitely having more of a chance now. Which, obviously, we know Crash 5 will come sooner rather than later, right? Probably will come later down the line, of course. Probably will still be a few years. Because again, Crash 4 did come out 3 years ago. Which, again, it's gonna be hard to believe that it will be 3 years since Crash 4 did release.
You made that look easy.
Right. Thinking that Crash 4 is gonna be 3 years old this year is crazy. Crash 5 will most likely not happen until at least 2025 or 2026, at least, is when I possibly think. Because, again, the Year of the Dragon is next year. The Year of the Dragon holiday is next year. And of course, being the Year of the Dragon in 2024 is obviously going to be Spyro's comeback, most likely. Because again, Crash Team Rumble is releasing this year, so next year most likely will be the return of Spyro with his next installment, or his next game. And then 2024, or not 2024, or 2024, sorry, 2025 or 2026 will be, let's say, Crash 5.
Let's see how these prehistoric predators like my blaster's new settings.
Let me just make sure. Let me just make sure. Okay, I did. Again, I wanted to double check.
They laughed when I added rockification. Well, who's laughing now? Me.
Who's bouncy? I am almost completed Season 10 of The Simpsons. I don't know if I mentioned that. But yeah, I'm almost to Season 11 already. I'm already close to Season 11. If close to Season 11, I may have, again, just depends exactly, may have completed Season 10 already, just cannot remember, but yeah, either we are on Season 11 or we're close, it just depends. I know I had a few episodes left of Season 10 to watch, but Season 10 has been a good season, I can just say.
I've never tried a volcano lair. Do good guys have volcano lairs? Much to learn.
I mean, you don't have to... Cortex, you don't necessarily need to be a villain to have a lair, right? I mean, good guys can have lairs, aka headquarters, right? A lair is technically a headquarter, right, if you think about it. So, good guys can have lairs.
On second thought, no volcano lair. I can feel my nostril hairs sizzling.
Right, just thinking about it. Good guys could have volcano, or, well, either choice of lair, I guess, but again, lairs, headquarters are exactly really the same.
I've seen mushrooms that big since I left the Gigantizotron running overnight.
Ooh, sip happens. Just the name just always makes me laugh. Sip happens. Again, I always love talking about, you know, what sip happens means. What it means. What the real purpose of sip happens. I mean, you have booty calls, and there he blows, and you have sip happens. Just replace the words. Replace the words to, which I think the S and the H and I think are stay, but you know, spelling the word, you definitely know what it would mean. But just replace the P with the T. Might be rearranging some, but you know, that's what they mean by it.
The bandicoots are en route. I must reach
The
spot.
Again, Toys for Bob are clever with that when it came to those names.
On a cold winter's night, have yourself a bite of bandicoot stew.
Again, who just loves that part? Who just loves this nitro part? It's so clever. So evil, but clever.
Oh. Just a few more steps and you'll be bandicoot Bob.
I'm sorry, Cortex. Looks like your plan just backfired. Right? Like it just backfired. His plan of blowing up the ship backfired. I've been doing... Okay, never mind. Never mind. Thinking of something else. Wow. That was not intended to happen, but hey, we're at the end of the level, so I guess it's fine. It's all good. It's all good. It's alright. It's all good. 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 Dino dies. I'm surprised I didn't accidentally fall off the edge there. Ew. There we go. Take that, you dinosaur. There you go.
Goodness, if it isn't Lonnie Lonely. How are you, brother?
Sorry to interrupt, but existence could end at any minute, so can we hurry?
When's existence ever done anything for anyone anyway?
Don't mind Grumpy Gus. He's always a downer.
Yeah, don't mind me. I don't matter. Nothing matters.
Now that we found Ika Ika, that's all four. What's next?
We can't close the rifts until we stop whatever's opening them.
That would be Entropy and his precious rift generator.
Sounds like it's time to kick some entropy butt.
May I assist?
Alright.
Gotta
Gotta be another one of those shimmery things around here. I don't know why I just spun that. That was totally on me. Oh, I thought I was gonna get to that nitro. Could have sworn I was gonna get to that nitro.
Time to go home.
That was a risk, but a risk that I was willing to take there. All I can say is a risk that I was willing to take for sure. Wow, that was good. Yeah, baby. Yeah, if y'all see, Baby T is technically in Cross 4. Right, Baby T is technically in Cross 4, because there he is right there, the green one. He's a cameo. And I just love that the baby dinosaurs laugh when you fail. That was a good one. Again, there's another risk that I was willing to take for sure. Able to do good there. Oh, the nitro crate test. The nitro bounce crate test. Oh boy. Just think though, in Cross 5, let's just say, in Cross 5, the actual levels, like the story levels, not, of course, flashback tapes or anything, but what if in the actual levels that these bouncy crates, that these crates right here actually come in actual levels when it comes, of course, to the story levels? What if these types of bouncy crates that get turned into nitros are in, they put them in the actual levels? Just think that. That would be amazing. Not just in flashback tapes, but in actual levels.
The subject's hair has impressive volume and shine.
And that bounce.
Bounce? Embryo, I wish to try whatever pet shampoo our furry friend uses. My follicles are simply decaying.
Wow. But wouldn't y'all like that? Wouldn't y'all like to see these types of crates, these bouncy crates that get turned into nitros after the period of time, limited of time? In the actual default levels for Cross 5, just think how amazing that would be. And they could work too, because again, they're like any ordinary crate, any of the ordinary crates. So yeah, they could definitely work.
Next time, perhaps.
Yeah, I still have problems with the flashback tapes. Or have trouble with the flashback tapes, but again, not always perfect at most of these. And I just remembered, this flashback tape, it said, this flashback tape of when Cortex recorded this flashback tape was December 24th of 1996. So it was Christmas Eve in 1996 when Cortex recorded this, or made this flashback tape. Wow. I actually can't believe I managed to get away with that. There you go.
Very nice.
A stellar performance. Stellar performance. Out for lunch. And one of the most greatest cutscenes in Cross 4, with Trophy making out with his female version, his alternate version. Yeah, and Trophy making out with himself, but just his female version.
Dingo dialed.
Easy, chums. If I was here to fight, you'd be cactus.
He's with me. Found him lost out there. Caught him up on the whole time-space, thing.
Yeah, just trying to get home. I was enjoying the retarded life, see?
Got it. Our bad guys had to change a heart too.
Bad guy?
Silence, well, but sir! You try my patience, Oxide.
But, no. I'm sure this insect knows how to obey an order.
Entropy.
Take your ship to planet Bermugula and be on the lookout for ships approaching the rift generator. We can't afford any unwanted visitors.
At once, your foulness.
You manage our affairs with such poise.
Naturally, as do you. Ah.
Barb.
But again, that was one of my favorites, one of the best scenes in Crash 4, and best moments. It's one of the best moments up there with Dingodile swearing, and swearing revenge to his diner, when he was telling those enemies that he'll get, swearing to those enemies and saying that he'll get every last one of them. Again, those moments of how it makes Crash 4 so great. Those moments alone just show how great Crash 4 is. I could just put it like that. I think my controller's about dead, because the last time, before we started, the battery is at 2%, or 2 battery, the second battery. My controller is at the second battery, so I'm sure it's at my controller's dying, so we'll finish up this level. We'll call it there for this one. Call it there for this one. And it's getting late anyway, too. Getting late. This year, or not this year, today certainly did kind of feel like it went fast. Today certainly did feel like it went fast. Oh, dang it! No! Dang it! Dang it! That was not intended to happen. Yeah, I don't play Crash on the Run anymore. Which, Crash on the Run is almost being shut down. Yeah, it's almost time for Crash on the Run to be shut down. Which is still sad. It is still sad that Crash on the Run is being discontinued. That King decided to discontinue Crash on the Run, the mobile Crash game. Which, Crash on the Run was definitely one of the best mobile games. And it sold very well too, if you remember. The first several weeks after its release, it went really well. And just 2 years later, right, just 2 years later, after its release in 2021, it's now being discontinued. But again, y'all could just say Crash on the Run definitely was a real great mobile game, right? Especially for Crash. You know what? We might just have to save this one next time. Yeah, I think this will conclude this one. Hit the like button, subscribe, and tell me if you want to keep anything new. Want to know what y'all think? Catch you on the next one.